What do we got?
I have some sponsorships I'm plugging now for our podcast.
What do you
got? A
got?
little money. Well, I was hoping for some, I reached out to a lot of people, as you know, trying to get the pod out there, get some money. Not many got back to me. A few people found me. I'm not thrilled about, but they are paying sponsors, and we are an equal opportunity business.
Oh, we're recalling Gavin Newsom some more?
No.
They put a lot of money into you.
The recall Gavin Newsom, they're out of money. They're completely...
I doubt they're out of money.
Yeah, no, that mayor in San Diego's broke. But we did get a few. This episode this week is brought to you by Jesus Christ and the Latter-day Saints.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's actually fine. But how do they feel about, like, because you're a big drinker and drug user. You talk about that a lot on the podcast. Do they not know that?
Their thing is every sinner has a future.
That's their thing?
That's their new thing.
That's the Mormons' motto? Every sinner has a future.
They're trying...
in hell. It's ... in hell.
It's warm, but it's a future. This episode is also brought to you by Bill Maher. Not his show, not his whatever he's working on, just him as a person.
Oh, he hit you up individually and was just like, I'll give you $100 for like a shout out.
Yep. This is basically Cameo. This episode is also brought to you by Bill O'Reilly's first book.
Wow, when did that come out?
I don't know. I didn't do my research.
A long time. It might be older than us.
He said, please plug the first book. And I'm like, can you tell us more about it? And he said, come on, man. Do your part. And I didn't.
Just to be clear, if it's not evident, we're for sale. We'll do an entire You send us, like, what, $250? And we'll just do an entire episode on anything.
Yep. This episode is also brought to you by troops that have committed heinous crimes that got off easy. They want us to know...
You're talking about war crimes, or they come back to America?
War crimes.
Got it. So this episode's brought to you by war crimes.
War criminals.
Got it.
And they have money. They bought the top tier advertising package. Those guys, they're pretty cool.
So now we have to read a graphic recollection of said war crimes. Here we go.
This episode's also brought to you by climate change denying scientists. They're looking to offload some of their income. And they just want us to know climate change. The climate's changing. That's what they wanted us to know.
Okay.
That's the whole thing. The climate's changing. And it says in parentheses, make sure they understand we're being sarcastic.
Okay. And it's also our final sponsor, Chipotle.
One more. The circus. Yeah, we're still here, and we're still doing that shit to animals.
I just wanted there to be one normal sponsor, so when they hear it, they're like, "Wait a minute, that's not." What did we buy? What did we buy ad space on? They're sponsored by
Blue Apron.
Yeah, and Squarespace. I'd be like, no. We didn't know you were also sponsored by Mormons and war crimes. I watched Greenland last night. Have you seen that movie?
No.
It's like a HBO movie. But so like the idea is it's like it's been done. It's like the apocalyptic a meteor's about to hit Earth.
Okay.
And then so Gerard Butler and his family, they have to like get to Greenland. There's like the bunker,
Oh, right. For rich people and shit, and like politicians.
Yeah, he's like a contractor. So they need someone to rebuild or whatever. But it got to me like I probably just because it was late at night, but I started having that like existential thinking where I'm like, what would I do? Because I'm not going to go to Greenland. That's like, dude, that's so much work.
Oh, yeah.
I think so. I was like, I was like, how would you? So like, if you had 24 hours, right before the meteor hit, like, how are you spending it? Because then I was thinking like, well, I'll party, right? But it's like that's not really that's not me. I'm not like gonna just get tanked. I feel like that might be you.
Yeah, I'm getting tanked.
Yeah, you're just gonna get tanked.
I'm eating whatever I want. Mm-hmm. Except no one's gonna be working at the places, right? So
yeah, like, so you have to like. I think I would
hop
stay
behind
home.
the counter.
Yeah, so if you go, like, that's the thing is, like, if you go out, it's going to get violent. Right? Like,
I'd probably just, like, hold Elizabeth's hand and, like, look her in the eyes and slowly weep.
Damn, dude. That's just... I guess I just feel like I want there to be, like, a better answer to this question. But I
Oh, no, you didn't let me finish. Slowly weep, looking in her eyes. And then I tell her, okay, I'm going to go have some drinks with the boys now.
Love you.
I'll be back when you wake up.
It'll all be... Well, let me tuck you in. That's the one thing I remember from living with you. You'd be like, all right, I'm going to go tuck Ian.
Yeah, I tuck her in. She's like... She cried when I told her how long I'm going to be gone on the road doing shows. But it was like the worst kind of cry. The cry that made me not want a kid. It was like this one. Tears coming and her being like, no, I'm okay. I'm happy for you. But I'm like, Jesus Christ.
How long are you going to be gone?
Tuesday, basically a week.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, dude. It's a long time. That's a long time in married.
All right. That's sad.
And
man.
also keep in mind, we haven't been apart since like before the pandemic. She was kind of into that rhythm of me going out and always kind of being gone. Now,
I mean, I cried when I moved out.
I tuck her in every night. What?
I cried when I moved out of your house.
You did?
I was like, I'm going to miss E. And I cried.
Did you punch your steering wheel and then drive off?
Yeah.
I picture you just crying in the driveway, flipping up your visor after like wiping your eyes clean and just punching the steering wheel and then driving off.
I'm not really that puncher when I'm mad. I'm not really a mad person. I'm more of a sad. Are you a mad? Like you punch things?
Well, you know how like in America we're more hands people and in like other countries they're foot, you know, because of soccer, like they're better with their feet. Like if you're in another country, usually they can like kick around a soccer ball better than we can. But if you see like Europeans, like except for people that train and play basketball, like have you ever seen them like playing basketball? It looks like different.
That's I've never heard that.
Yeah, that's what I've observed when I travel. Well, I mean, it's my own observation. Like, I'll see them like, hey, catch, you know? Or if you like, I'll watch, you know, I watch a lot of like random fight videos.
They're not as good at like, catch?
At like hands. Like, I don't know.
What about the Italians? They're all hands.
They're handsy. Oh, yeah, no, they gesture with their hands. But, like, if you see like fight videos or like brawls break out, I feel like the Europeans and other countries are like they're kicking first, or they're kicking whenever they can.
Interesting. I don't think that's true, but I've never thought about it.
Yeah.
So I got to really think.
Like we don't grow. What I guess the main thing is like we don't grow up playing soccer ball in the neighborhood.
Right.
You know, we're not kicking around a soccer ball.
No, I understand the argument you're making. I just don't think it's... I don't know.
Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is I think when they get mad, they kick the steering wheel.
That was a long way to get there, but I would love to see that.
It was, but it turned into a lesson about an interesting theory I have. Foreign feet. It's called foreign feet. The foreign feet complex.
Okay.
I feel like for two guys that are admittedly not into feet,
we talk about it. It's gotten there a lot lately. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. Do you think you can develop a kink? Like, can you will it into existence?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
I see. I was talking to someone who said the same thing, but I don't think you can choose it.
No, but you can develop it. Like when I was, 13, learning how to masturbate, I wasn't holding a loaded gun to my head.
No, I'm not saying I'm going to try that one.
Bro, you will never feel the sensation of finishing and dying. Yeah, I think you develop a kink. I mean, you learn about something new, right? Like, I don't think David Carradine wanted to fucking choke himself while he masturbated.
No, that's not the question I'm asking.
Oh.
The question is, can you decide to develop a kink?
Oh.
I understand that you can like discover things and be like, "Oh, I'm into that now." It's just like I didn't used to like mushrooms and now I do. I get that can happen with kinks. What I'm saying is, can you be like, "I'm going to be a foot fetish guy. I'm going to figure out how."
Well, this is so silly, but this sounds deeply philosophical because it sounds like
Totally.
you stumbled upon a chicken or egg situation, right? So if I decided I'm going to, I hear people rave about sticking stuff up their own butt while they're like having sex. Mm-hmm. I'm going to do that. And then I'm into it. You could always assume
that you were always into it.
Yes.
Okay, but what I'm saying is like I don't have let's stick with feet. I don't have a foot fetish.
Okay.
But could I watch it over and over and learn, like train myself to like it?
I mean, we're going Hesby Street knowledge, like no looking anything up.
No looking at anything.
Blindly guessing.
The only reason I'm bringing this
brains.
up is I was talking to someone who said you could do it. And I was like, I don't think that's how it works. And we got in an argument about it. And then you brought it up. So now I was just like, I'm going to ask Zach.
I think you could. I think you could develop.
I don't think so. I think kinks are like
decided
they're subconscious. They're like
it's like who you love, right? You can't
like
decide
who you love.
You
can't. Or it'd be the same thing as like picking your sexual orientation.
Oh, interesting. So it's like, man, sorry, God wanted me this way. Straight feet.
Straight and feet. That's my back of my baseball card. It says straight
my quadrant.
and feet.
My quadrant is straight feet. Top corner. I am the most into both of those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think you could learn them. I think you could learn kinks. You really got to put in the work though now. Don't be slacking on me.
You can't be literally pussyfooting it. You got to get out there. You got to earn this. Yeah. All right, I'm going to try it. Not feet. What am I going to try? I don't know yet. You know what? I'll let the Hesbys decide. The Hesbos.
You know what's interesting is changing gears here, changing subjects.
Which is for the best.
I stumbled upon a foot video. No, that's not enough change. More change. I made like a post about coming back to the punchline,
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people from like home and childhood like are into it. Like it sounds like they want to come see me.
Right.
And I'm almost like I don't want to see that many people I know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if it's going to be hella people from like my youth, even if I'm the headliner, I like don't
It
want
sucks.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
but
it brings up like insecurities to the point where I can't be my current self, but I feel like the little insecure me that like
it's a different performance.
Yes.
But if you want help with that,
Yeah.
don't offer them free tickets. That's all it is. Only a few people will come if you
No,
just don't.
no, I didn't. And that's fine. I mean, dude, I grew up in Marin. Everyone's probably, everyone I played fucking Little League soccer with never has to work a day in their life.
No, I understand, but like even still, they're probably not going to come.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. I think Brian Regan said that about like family. He's like, I don't want family there.
No,
or, like,
you
if
want to
you're
perform.
There,
yeah.
Come after the show to me.
Right.
Because for whatever reason, stand-up comics like to perform under the assumption that no one knows, like they don't personally know anyone in the crowd.
Yeah, it's better to perform for strangers. That's like
some lady that's my mom's friend shared the post with my mom on Facebook and said, awesome. Naima, we should go to this. And I'm like, do you think that's what I want? Do you think if I wanted my mom to go, this is how she's going to find out I want her to go?
People don't care, though.
They don't care.
Yeah, they don't like think about it like that. I mean, I was headlining a show in San Diego, and you post about it, and then like every time usually when I headline like the Madhouse,
yeah,
I'll get like 3 or 4 people, and that's like the perfect amount. It's like cool, I get to say hi to them before, after we might go get a drink, and then one show, like 20 something people I knew showed up. It was just like everyone, and JF Harris was on the show. He went up before me, and so I'm in the back talking with JF, and I'm just like, dude, it was like the perfect storm. Everyone that says they want to come actually came this time.
Yeah.
And I remember him on stage just being like, you're all the worst. He like addressed it. Because he was actually doing the same thing in New York like 2 weeks from then. He's like, dude, I'm going through this same thing. It's hell.
Yeah.
And, but the thing that I don't really mind, but it's like you said, hit me up after the show. I hate when people are like, come say hi, or I'm here, or can we carpool, or can we grab a drink before? And I'm like, no. Right.
I got to work.
Yeah. It's
or
like
dinner.
I don't.
It's like dinner.
Dinner? Yeah. It's so funny.
Do you think I'm sitting in the corner of a fucking windowless room being like,
but
1 hour
But
till
the thing
showtime?
is some of those friends came to your show when you first started. When you were like, please come to my show. I need someone to be there. I need someone to laugh. And now they're like, so you owe them to a degree, those few people.
So I started doing comedy where I'm from, which a lot of people that I grew up with or went to high school with came to a show when I started.
Right.
And I think most of them, and I could be wrong, it's my personal takeaway. I think most of them, not all of them, but most of them went not to support me, but to see if I sucked. If that makes sense.
Right.
Like, I heard Zack from, blah, 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 is doing comedy now. Should we go check that out? And it's probably my own insecurities where everyone who went would one by one be like, no, that's not why I went. You were always so funny. I wanted to support that.
Yeah, I don't know if I think that is your insecurity.
I think it's like, wonder if he's any good. Because the way some people reacted after were like, oh my God, you're good at this.
That is, and everyone has.
And you're like, okay, chill out. Calm yourself with this fucking out of nowhere enthusiasm.
I've gotten that too. Because I think it's like, But I think with you, it's like, it's not just, okay, I laughed. It's like, you're clearly like upper echelon, next level, even probably young. You know what I mean? Not to like toot your horn or whatever, but it's no. There's something where it's like, oh, okay, this is actually like, you have a voice. You have
a future
good
in this, potentially. Yeah.
Because I've had that same thing where people are like, oh, okay, this isn't like a hobby.
Yeah.
Or it is, or maybe it is, but like, it doesn't have to be.
I have this insecurity of like, I think it's like in line with being kind of a perfectionist, but the way like I go in and meet someone, if it's not exactly how I want it, there's part of me that's like kind of bummed or disappointed.
Right.
From like every like micro transaction, like even like shaking hands with a headliner in the green room and their fucking girlfriend's like sitting with them and they're talking. I'm like, all right, this is fucking not how in my head, this was going to play out. And I'm like, all right, I'm going outside. It's a weird thing I have. That's almost like, I feel like I'm this angry cunt of a director in my own head.
Yeah.
That's just like, no, fucking lights, 2 feet back, and maybe it's a good thing, like in the long run for creating, because I kind of know how I want it to go. But one of those things that sets me off is like, give it up for Zack Chapaloni. No introduction. I'm not a huge deal. And I have too many friends there. And they're like, wow. I'm like, dude, I don't want this.
You just ruined the whole mystery of,
Yes. And now everyone knows.
Yep.
Now
everyone
knows
knows
this isn't real comedy.
This isn't real comedy anymore. Yeah.
And it's so out there, you know, like as an audience member, you're just like,
yeah.
I don't know. But for me personally, like I would actually tell people when I start out, like, hey, don't cheer. Like when they say my name, don't cheer.
Don't cheer. Just, do nothing.
That doesn't help me. Yeah.
For sure.
Pretend like you don't know me. And then after we'll be friends.
Yeah.
Again. But it's a funny, because I am kind of an easygoing guy on the surface. But when it comes to like my time and my thing.
Well, yeah.
It's like
people don't understand how much like craftsmanship goes into a set and how much, because they think it's just you off the cuff talking. But it's like there's so much to this that people don't realize. Anyways, comedy talk.
Enough comedy talk is over now. I feel like we do this and then we like shut up us.
Yeah. I'm kind of interested though. I don't know what you said that made me think of this, but like, what's your vision board looking like these days? For people that don't know, I don't know if we've talked about it. Zack has a vision board.
Yeah, I mean it's not like some over the top thing. It's just basically like goals posted on the wall.
Yeah, so what's up there right now?
Right now is run successful comedy shows in LA.
Okay. Which you're doing.
Yeah, but I wrote Success Fuss on accident, and I didn't redo the post-it.
Oh, there has been there's been a fuss.
A lot of success fuss.
Yeah.
So that's my own doing. Lose 10 pounds.
Okay, so and that's probably more like 12 now, right? Because you've gained.
Excuse me?
Oh, nothing. I
was at like 203. No, 204. And then I said 10. I really want to be at like 185.
Can we do a weight loss challenge? I think like as part of the like I know podcasts have done this before, but like I love challenges where there's like either a reward or even better, a punishment for the loser.
But like I need the punishment to be severe.
Yeah, like
almost crippling.
Well, I had to walk in the marina shirtless. Like that was pretty embarrassing. It has to be worse than that.
It's not. I don't want to. I only want. Basically, I want us to both have a good time with the punishment.
Right.
So, I would want it to be like 49ers tickets.
Well, I think this could be another thing where we interact with the Hesbos, right? Like I'll put a question up, be like, what should the punishment be? We'll pick the best two. We'll make a poll. You know?
Yeah, but those sick fucks. You know how their minds work.
I know that. Do you want to lose weight or not?
I don't want them making decisions for me.
All right, so your vision board is run a successful show, lose some weight. Nothing about the pod. I noticed.
Yeah, I guess I don't have a concrete goal with the podcast.
Dude, we should do a live show.
Oh, that'd be a good one. Sell out a live show. I'll put that on the vision board.
We could do that at Punchline, I'm sure.
Oh, you know what? Generate ad stream, and then underneath I wrote in small letters, like way after I posted it, with fucking anyone at this point.
And that's why we got the Mormon Church,
Bill O'Reilly's first book,
and Bill Maher. Just the idea
and
of
just
him.
Bill Maher, just the idea, the concept of Bill Maher, not like tour dates or like what channel his show's on, just his name out there.
It's funny.
I also like have other ones that are up there that were goals that I failed to meet.
You should take them down and then put them back up later. They need like a little time to reset.
That's what I thought, but then the person who taught me to make vision boards is the first person I ever crashed on her couch in LA. Mm-hmm. She's like, no, you leave them up there. You leave them up there so you know what wasn't met. And this is all part of like the vision. And
it wasn't meant to be, or you just failed?
I think so, or maybe you'll get them next time, or I think it's like understanding.
Yeah, but
like that one on the chin that you took.
And that was Whoopi Goldberg, right? You were crashing on her couch?
Yeah, it was a young lady by the name of Beyonce Knowles.
Oh.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah,
so you didn't like my Whoopi Goldberg bit. You changed it to Beyonce.
Well, I mean, Whoopi Goldberg's like outrageous. Like, what is that?
More outrageous than Beyonce?
Well, Beyonce's funny because it's like, I edited your joke. Yes. Beyonce's funny because I can come home at the end of a day of open micing and go, so how's singing and dancing going? How was singing and dancing class today?
That's funny.
Vision board, be arguably the greatest performance artist of all time. Okay.
Aiming a little high.
I'm gonna put have my name on the wall at the Comedy Store. Let's be a little more reasonable there, Beyonce.
That one just says Jay-Z. What does that mean? Do you know, I don't know if this is dark, but it is dark. It's very sad. Trevor Moore died. You know Trevor Moore?
I had seen some The Whitest Kids You Know, but
So
this
good.
this outcry that I've seen from comics, I didn't know he was like that. I didn't know that
He
about
was
him
like
at
that
all.
for me. I'm like, so Trevor Moore died in an accident, which is vague. I'm always like worried when they say accident that it's like something. This is where my head goes. I'm like, I hope it's not like an embarrassing sex thing, because it's gonna come
embarrassing
out
sex
eventually.
thing.
Anyways, but I've got to open for him at Clusterfest, and it was one of those things where like at Clusterfest there's so many famous people that I was like trying to act cool or whatever, and I didn't like tell him that, and now I'm kind of I've been having that I didn't get to tell him that, like, hey man, love Whitest Kids You Know, watched out all that, you know, that thing that you try to do with comics where it's like, I want to be one of them, so I'm not gonna like tell them how important they are to me.
Yeah, you're not gonna fanboy out.
I'm not gonna fanboy out.
then-
So I was just kind of like, hey man, maybe I said big fan, and I introed him, so like, you know, we
Right.
talked a little bit, but like now I'm kind of like, fuck, dude. I kind of
You wish you had?
a little bit. Yeah, why not? I mean, it's not like he would have remembered. You know, I'm sure he gets that a lot. But I am having that moment, and this is me making it about me, which is like a shitty thing, but something we all do when someone passes. But like, yeah, it's like that was my chance to connect with them, and I didn't take the opportunity. So, it's a bummer.
I don't know if that's making that about you. I think that's like really like just you wished he had gotten the credit that you felt he deserved from you.
And from everybody. Like, he
Yeah.
is like a very, kind of like you said, you didn't realize how many people loved him.
Dude,
And,
no idea.
Yeah, so he was like, and he wasn't a stand-up. So,
Right.
you know, he was sketch. And
But like a comedic genius, according to like
absolutely a comedic genius.
a lot of comedians I respect.
Oh, yeah, like, everybody should look up Whitest Kids You Know.
Yeah.
If you haven't, and just give it. I mean, it's some of the stuff. So I mean, like, you know, it's. I think people like you love. I think you should leave.
Yes.
And they made a post where it was like, everything we do kind of comes from this vein of comedy. I'm not saying that Trevor invented that, but definitely
totally.
was one of the best to
At
do
a
it.
time where sketch was very like mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sketch comedy was like either SNL or maybe Mad TV was still around.
Yeah, but things like Whitest Kids You Know are like so much weirder.
That's what I'm saying. They
Yeah.
brought this like new kind of like fucking vibe to sketches that made. Yeah, I mean, there were some really funny ones that I watched as a kid, and I watched some recently that I hadn't seen that, or maybe I'd forgotten, that were just so funny. Someone posted one clip of him saying how it's illegal to say, "I want to kill the president."
The president. Yeah, it's
Oh
so
my
funny.
God, that
Because
sketch
it's
is
illegal.
so funny.
It's illegal to explain that if you did want to kill the president, you'd want to do it from this vantage point. That's
From
illegal.
The roof of the Kennedy
Yeah.
Center, because it has the best shot to the
Yeah.
bedroom, and
That
there's
would be
no
illegal.
security. And then if we show a map of the layout, don't
Yeah.
show that. That's illegal.
That would be so illegal. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So funny, dude.
Or he did the ShamWow guy selling a jizz rag.
I don't even see that one. I remember him doing the Super Size Me spoof where he was going to drink nothing but whiskey for 30 days. And he like calls a Jack Daniels rep and they're like, "Do not do that. We did not."
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, Eric Andre had a really touching thing about him, and Johnny Pemberton.
Yeah.
I guess was working on a project with him over the past few months. So
yeah,
I went from being a fan to like really like closely interacting with him, and he was saying that like I know if we wanted to like praise him the way we feel like we did now, he'd probably just want to change the subject and like talk about something funny or like try and be a goofball, but
it's never about what they want when they die. This is how it's like. We want to talk about them.
But I mean, who really knows? Who really knows what they want? When you're that type of figure, only a small circle of people know the real you.
Yeah.
And it's not that. I don't know. It's kind of the downside of like celebrity,
right?
But it's like you don't want to talk about like what these people, how they like to spend a Tuesday evening. You're like, dude, when you did the one about killing the president,
right? Well, that's the thing too is like he has at least one kid and a wife, so it's tragic. Man.
Yeah, it is really sad. Really sad.
And then 41, yeah. And then 2 other comics died this week. People I don't know, but people that I know, Andrew Albert and Nick Taro. So shout out to them, and I don't know, man.
Shout out to them.
Shout out, dude. I feel bad.
God, man, I just really hope I don't die soon.
I don't want to die.
Well, no, it's not that. It's like I gotta get ahead in my career a little bit more.
Yeah,
think about how long we went on about Kevin Moore, and then what were those last 2 names?
You mean
I'm sorry.
You mean Trevor Moore?
Trevor Moore.
I thought you were doing that on purpose.
Dude. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, anyways. we gotta like accomplish some stuff pretty soon here, so that we can die and have like a cool like Notorious B.I.G. like glass casket. My whole neighborhood shut down.
That would be tight.
Funeral, people crying.
Yeah.
What would people like? Okay, mass celebrity fame, Torio.
Okay.
What are your fans doing? You know what I mean? Are they crying, shouting everything is nothing?
I picture them. They all have the same tattoo because I end up getting a tattoo at some point, and then they all emulate that. I don't know yet, man. It's something that like some
is
shaman.
It a barcode? Okay, it's a barcode for your favorite bread.
Yeah, it's just Dave's Killer Bread barcode. And they all hold it up. It's all on their arm. They all hold it up like this, and they just shout. They just shout the ingredients: barley, wheat. Yeast.
Tatis sitting there crying.
Oh, dude. Tatis would be crying. Dude, I met Mike Clevenger. Did I send you that picture?
Cool. Yeah, you did. So Tatis is crying, but he's still laughing at the beginning of every question. So they're like, how do you feel about Torio's passing? He's like, it's sad.
Dude, you know what someone told me was that you're a Ted Lasso guy, right? Fernando Tatis is baseball's Danny Rojas.
Right.
He 100% just baseball is live.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to see him tonight, dude. Going to the game.
I feel like they try to make him this like tough guy in interviews, or like in like promo materials, but he's like not that.
Yeah.
So there was like a new commercial for MLB The Show, and he's the cover of it.
Yeah.
And they're trying to get him to be like, sorry for changing the game. That's like the whole commercial, And he's like, first let me start. I want to apologize. For changing the game. And it just looks like he's genuinely apologizing.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, but he's different now.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I'm sorry that you're having more fun than you used to.
Yeah. It's going to be good. It'll still be good.
I'm going to hit it really far. You're going to love it.
Yeah, he's just like too much of a sweetie to be this like Michael Jordan, like,
right.
You think you can handle me one-on-one?
Yeah.
Like, even when they interviewed him, he's like, it's probably fastball. Like, at the All-Star game when they're all mic'd up.
Yeah.
What pitch is coming in? What do you like about this guy? He's pretty good. Fastball. I think.
Well, they had him mic'd up when I think it was Vladimir Guerrero hit a home run.
Yeah.
And he just told, as he was running the bases, he's like, slow down, take your time. It was pretty funny.
They're like, could you talk
Milk
shit?
it.
His producers in the other ear like, be mean a little. You know what's funny though is like people put so much pressure on athletes to like have this interesting hot take, like a scholar would.
Right.
As hot takes, people who read books all the time, they have the most brilliant takes.
Yeah.
Guys who get paid to throw ball hard and throw ball far.
Right. Even worse than that is when people say they're boring in interviews. And it's like, what the fuck do you want?
That's what it takes. That's what it takes when like millions of viewers are watching and you have to throw a ball in the tightest window
and I don't
at the fastest speed. You have to be dumb and go.
I don't even think that they're dumb. Now. I think they just know the game. They're like, I'm going to go out. I'm just going to give them the, hey man, we just got to work hard. This was a team win. It was all on the guys. The other team's great. We were a little better. Just the boring.
Yeah.
And then, it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't situation.
It's like when someone is interesting and fascinating, it's rare. Like it's very special, because you have someone whose entire life has been spent lifting weight, running, pushing, overcoming, and to also have time to like put their mind here.
Yeah. Have a personality.
That's special. And then we've taken it for granted to the point that we're like, come on, we need a little more out of you. Do you got like a crazy hairdo you want to do? They're like,
well, because it's the same. We talked about this once too with actors. It's like at that level, you're just a brand.
Yeah, but I think actors do spend a little bit of time like kicking around in the mind of a character.
Yeah,
but yes,
you're right. You're right.
True.
And also, they probably spend more time with like brand managers, and they understand that like, they can't just leave it all out on the field as much as an athlete can. Because if
or like
you don't,
when you're reading a script and a play, you're understanding emotional turns and like significant moments in a story. Whereas like an athlete is like, they're not reading about the fucking dream team of 98 or whatever, or 92. You know what I mean?
Thank you for correcting yourself.
The fucking, I don't think like Zion Williamson is like reading fucking Wilt Chamberlain's book, about his life story. I could be wrong, but it's like when people get mad at NFL players for fighting someone outside of work. It's like they fight in work every day, and work never tells them not to fight.
Right.
Work never tells them fighting isn't the answer.
Yeah.
Like every time two NFL teams, they'll practice with each other one day.
Right.
In the preseason, in the off season, and they fight each other. Like a fight breaks out. No one's like, what's happening? No. Everyone's like, all right. This is it. This is the spirit of the game. Fight. And then they fight their fucking brother-in-law, and you're like, whoa, what?
Yeah.
How did we not see the signs? Yeah. It's like, dude, his work demands him to be a monster.
Right.
That's why. That's what held me back from really getting far in football.
Yeah, that's why you're such a successful football athlete.
No, that's what held me back. That's what
held you back.
It was the emotional barriers.
Right. It wasn't your God-given talent.
No. So physically, I was right there. Step for step.
Got it. It was the emotions. You were not emotional enough or too emotional?
Between the ears, I didn't have that desire to bury someone into the ground. And that was a big problem.
What do you think if you were an MMA fighter, what do you think your nickname would be? Zack the what? The Understander Chapaloni? And you're just records.
The Understander
Chapaloni, and you just whisper
crying in the red corner. He's emotionally there always.
It'd be funny if you were just the best, and like as you're beating the shit out of someone, you're just like, "This isn't your fault, man. It's okay. I'm just better. It's not, and it's not really about who's better, but like you should tap because like you're bleeding a lot."
Right. It's me hammer fisting a guy going, "I'm sorry." You could see me slow-mo going, "Sorry."
Win some, you lose some.
I really just want the announcer to be like, "Dealing with a lot right now."
But really not as much as he thinks. Chapaloni.
Getting in touch with his feelings about his dad.
Zack the Understander Chapaloni.
The Understander.
That's pretty good.
And then it's just me, like, arms out, ready to embrace. That's my fighting stance. I'm like this.
Come on.
Come here.
Get in here. And then you just elbow.
Right.
It's all a trick.
Razor elbow to the nose.
All right, man. You wanna wrap it up?
No.
Okay, cool. So have fun in
forever.
Have fun in San Francisco this weekend. Say hi to M for me.
I'll tell Emily you said hi. Halfway through our drive.
You're going to drive up together.
We're driving up together. Halfway through the drive, I'm going to go, Torio says hi, by the way.
Why don't you?
And then I'm going to turn the music back up.
All right.
I'll say he wanted you to hear it like this. He's probably sure you don't even care, but he says hi.
I like it. Yeah.
And then she'll be asleep.
Yeah.
I'll be like, well, I did it.
All right, man.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. You know what? I wish I had some Hesby merch. I got to sell merch, dude. I got to get used to that now.
Yeah,
I don't have any merch.
Get those Zack shirts, man.
I'm going to be pushed. I'll be like, $1, anything. Wear a Zack shirt. I know it looks like a warlock.
Yeah.
I know it looks like a sorcerer. Okay, I'm ready to lose more weight than you.
Oh, yeah. Competition begins. I'm going to put the poll up.
Put the poll up.
No, I'm going to put the question up for Hesbos. I'll do it on when the episode comes out. What weight loss challenge should Zack and I... What should the punishment be or the reward be? Punishment.
And let it be known that my suggestion is Niners tickets, regular season tickets.
Okay, and mine is sandwiches.
Yeah. See, I'm not scared of that. I'll be like, dude, I'll buy you a sandwich right now. I tap out.
Yeah.
But Niners tickets, I'm like, I don't want to buy those.
I believe in
I
our
want to buy
Hesbos.
them.
I think they'll come up with something good.
But people are going to be like, you got to chop Zach's dick off if he loses.
Yeah, but we get to see which questions we'll select the two we like the most, and we'll make a poll, and we'll have to go with what they vote. But yeah, if there's any penis dismembering, well, we can do percentage, but I think we're around the same weight.
Well, I was going to say, like, I don't want, me to gain an insane amount of muscle.
It's weight loss, dude. We can't get into this weird... We can't get into this, like, BMI stuff. We're just doing pounds.
But if I'm working out, you don't understand, dude. My muscle, it's just the development.
Okay, then you'll lose. Deal with it.
I'm scared of how jacked I'm going to get.
Right.
Okay, the loser has to go to, like, a CrossFit class and just spend the entire beginning of the first class going, it's going to get scary when I start really transforming.
That's fine, but the other person has to film it because people need to see what happens. Right. So keep that in mind, Hesbos, when you're picking your punishment. All right.
Just Torio at a CrossFit class going, here's the 23andMe report. Inclined to have an extremely athletic physique. So I just feel like you guys should be aptly warned.
And
you could probably get your refund today.
I had a kale salad on Wednesday, so...
You could probably talk to the coach. What is it, Skylar? You could probably talk to Skylar and maybe just get your refund and do a different class because I'm going to crush dreams pretty soon here, guys.